Everyone, I'm Rohn Strong, and I'm really excited to be here with my friends from Annie's to talk all about the Annie's Caring Crochet Kit Club. The Caring Crochet Kit Club is my absolute favorite kit club that Annie's has to offer. It's a way to receive this really fun monthly subscription box shipment with all the materials you need to make a really cool, unique item. And then there's a charity that will accept that item and you can send it to them. And I just think that's so cool. So this month, my subscription, or my kit that arrived was this really cool activity holder and pouch. And immediately I was like, this is really cool. I love the kind of primary color yarn. Kids will love this. And I wanted to know what charity this benefit. And so in the pamphlet that you get, along with the markers and the little sketch pad, you get some buttons this month and 2 skeins of worsted weight yarn. If you flip the little booklet that you get over, on the back you'll see the charity this month is called Caitlin's Smiles. Caitlin's Smiles distributes these craft kits to children to kind of inspire them and to give them something to do, but also to show them like how much self-love and self-worth comes from creating something. And so I think it's amazing that we can create something that will then empower children to create something when they're going through something that's very serious and oftentimes life-threatening. So Caitlin Smiles is a wonderful organization. And I'm really excited that we get to kind of make this. So I also love to include a little bit of a tip. So before we get into the actual tip and I start talking a little bit more about the pattern and the yarn and kind of everything that's included in the kit, I just want to encourage you to hit the link in the description below. Make sure you subscribe to the Annie's Crafts YouTube channel. Hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified every time we upload new content to our channel, and also hit the link in the description below so that way you can sign up for the Annie's Caring Crochet Kit Club today. It's really one of the most powerful kit clubs that I've ever been a part of. I absolutely love this. So with that said, let's talk crochet. That's why we're here, right? So this activity holder and pouch is great. So here's a little shot of everything that you're going to get this month in your kit. You get the yarn, you get the sketchbook, you get the markers, you get 2 buttons, and you get the pattern, which is what I'm looking at right now. So this pattern for the pouch is relatively simple. In your kit, you'll get all the directions that you need in order to create it. Now, you're also going to need a tapestry needle, sewing needle, invisible thread, and a 5.5mm crochet hook. But this is really easy. It's basically single crochets that you just pieces of single crochet, and you're going to seam them. The one part that I know is going to be a little bit tricky are the seaming of the pockets. So I wanted to show you today my favorite way to seam pockets. Now, the pattern is going to tell you to use a sewing thread or a sewing needle and some invisible thread. I'm going to show you a different way that kind of skips the whole sewing part. All right, so let me show you how to do that. All right, so I have 2 pieces of crochet here. These are both pieces of single crochet. Because that's what your activity pouch and holder and everything will be. And I have a smaller piece and a larger piece, and we're going to pretend that one's the pocket, which is going to be this piece here, the smaller kind of mustard, and then this cream piece back here is going to be our background. And then I have a 3rd color, just so that way you all can see what I'm doing. Now what we're going to do here is seam one pocket to the background. We're going to seam the pocket to the base. We'll call it the base. We're going to seam the pocket to the base using surface crochet. So how do we do that? Well, first what we're going to do is kind of line it up where it needs to go. The pattern's going to tell you, but in this case, we're just going to eyeball it in the center. And then beginning in the upper, I always like to start in the upper right-hand corner, we're going to insert our hook into the very first stitch of that row. At the same time, we're going to go through our base of single crochet. We're going to grab our yarn and holding both tails, we're going to pull it through to the surface. All right? So next, we're going to go through the next row of our pocket, and then I'm going to find the stitch that's directly below where that strand is. So you can see, here's our strand. The stitch directly below is going to be right here. I'm going to take that and I'm going to catch the yarn, not our tail, but the actual yarn in the back, and pull that up and through. Now, things are going to shift around a little bit as we first get started, and that's okay. Kind of give your hook a little bit of a wiggle there, and then make sure it's not too tight. Go into the next stitch here. Again, kind of lift it up, look behind, insert your hook into the stitch directly below. You can see that strand's right there. Go into the stitch directly below that. Catch your yarn and pull it through the base and the pocket. Go through the next stitch below, catch the yarn and pull it through the next one. And I'm just going to keep doing this all the way until I get to the bottom. And you can see that we have a nice seam there. Now, if you were doing your activity pouch, obviously your pocket's going to be the same color as your base, and your seam here will be the same color, so it's going to blend in perfectly. Now, the real test is what you'll notice, what's considered like our right side, right? So this is what's going to face out. This will be the outside of the activity pouch. You can barely see. Even though I used a contrasting color, you can barely see it there. You're not going to be able to tell that you did this, and it's so much quicker than sewing. Now, to end this off, what I like to do is just to go into the next stitch and pull. I'm going to go into the next stitch, into the base. It's kind of like one up from where we started. I'm going to grab the yarn from below and just almost do a chain, and then I'll break this yarn and pull up, and that just kind of will give me a little slip stitch there. And that, my friends, is how you do a slip stitch seam in order to seam that pocket. And look, nothing's fallen out of there. It seamed perfectly. It looks great, and on the wrong side, you can definitely kind of tell because of this contrasting thread, but honestly, no more than you would use if you had used invisible thread. You'll still get that kind of look of something sewn there, but if you're using the same kind of yarn and you're doing this with the yarn that came in your kit, you're gonna have a perfect little pocket. I mean, look at that. That is the cutest little pocket that I've ever seen. So that's it. That's all there is to it. We have a cute little pocket that is seamed to our base using surface crochet. It creates a really solid seam. I absolutely love this. It's really easy. It's really quick. You guys saw it took less than 5 minutes to seam this all the way around. You can definitely use this on your activity pouch in place of that invisible thread and that sewing needle. So I hope you'll give it a try, and I really hope you'll try Annie's Caring Crochet Kit Club. It's such a wonderful way to give back in a unique way, and supporting different charities, it makes my heart just smile. But more than anything, it's allowed me to take my love of crochet and share it with so many wonderful people. I talk about Caring Crochet a lot, and that's because I think it's a wonderful and amazing subscription box that's unlike anything else out there. So I hope you'll take a minute to check it out. Hit the link in the description below. I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial, and until next time, I'm Ron Strong for my friends at Annie's, and we'll see you guys later. Happy stitching.